Hello guys, it's Max here from Daily Market Movements, and in front of me is the Nasdaq 100. But just before I start today's video, you would have seen at the intro of this video that we have some very big exciting news coming your way, and I'm happy to announce that news is likely to be announced tomorrow or at latest by Friday. So we cannot wait to tell you this news, so keep your eyes peeled and make sure you tune in for tomorrow's videos to find out what that news is. But back to the markets, we have the Nasdaq 100 futures chart in front of us. Now, I have just sent out a sell signal on our free Telegram group chat. I've just sent out a sell signal on our VIP group chat as well. That's our signal team for those who don't know. Reason being, we have now hit a all-time high here in the Nasdaq 100. It looks to me, although we've been rejected, we haven't had a clear breakthrough. We're kind of trading in an ascending triangle. Wrong thing. There we go. Let me just redraw that for you all. Yeah, so this is kind of the ascending triangle pattern that we find ourselves trading in at this moment in time. Now, we have the Fed minutes meeting later on. It could go two ways, up or down, of course, as the markets usually go. And this is a very big Fed minutes meeting. Why? Well, that's because there could be talk of tapering a little bit early than initially anticipated. Okay, so when we got the dot chart a few months ago during the Fed minutes, the majority of Fed members anticipated for interest rates to start to be hiked after 2023. But since then, a lot has changed. Okay, you would have heard Jerome Powell say in his last press conference that they're not going to be working off forecasts, they're going to be working off actual data. Now, since he has announced that, we have had an incredible amount of fantastic actual data, and we've been beating the top and bottom lines week after week. Even this week, the numbers have smashed through and passed expectations. So there could be, it could come out that the Fed, during their Fed minutes last night, that they have started to speak about tapering and hiking interest rates slightly before the 2023. So during the Fed minutes today, we're going to get that dot chart again. And if any Fed members have moved, prior to the start of 2023 and anticipate for interest rates to start hiking going into the end of 2022. Now, all of a sudden, that becomes rather hawkish for the markets. And if there's going to be one set of stocks that will decline the most, it's going to be the tech names. And, it might be that in 3 to 6 months' time, they start rallying and we're trading above where we are now. Absolutely. That's, historically, that's what happens when we get an interest rate hike. Stocks initially fall and then eventually they trade much higher. But for the short term, I am anticipating for some downside movement here. As well as that, when you look at the how we traded historically in the month of June, it's not good going into the end of June. Historically, stocks do fall. The S&P 500 was down 5% this time last year. Things are looking rather hawkish going into tonight's Fed minutes and going into the end of the month. So I actually see a fantastic selling opportunity here. 14,000 offers a large psychological figure. It's the roof of the market. It's a current all-time high. And then just down here at roughly 13,636, we have the 50-day EMA. Now, I would not be surprised at all to see a movement down towards the 50-day EMA over the upcoming week or so. And that could be triggered by the Fed's comments this evening. Jerome Powell has any mention of a talk about hiking interest rates a little bit earlier than initially anticipated, then that's what could spark this downside pressure. I'm not saying that the Nasdaq 100 is going to completely cave in here. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, what I am saying is that we could see the Nasdaq 100 come under a little bit of pressure, and quite frankly, it would be rather healthy because the RSI is up towards the expensive side. We could do with a pullback, which would then offer a fantastic buying opportunity. So at this moment in time, I am shorting the Nasdaq 100. You won't hear me say that very often. I, rarely, if ever, sell the US indices. But at this moment in time, I think they've set up for a fantastic selling opportunity. Don't get me wrong. I put my stop loss just a little bit higher. This isn't, I'm not risking much on this trade at all. But first, for going into tomorrow's trading session, I am a short-term seller.